I know that there had been some concern kicked up, or some controversy kind of kicked up a little bit about some of the dealerships, the AutoNation dealerships that had applied for money under the PPP. Can you give us an update on where that stands, if they did apply, if there's a reason for that because they're separate and independent of the company? Just kind of walk us through that.
So first, Becky, I give the government very high marks on the economic front in trying to deal with this incredible economic catastrophe. And I think the work that Treasury and the Federal Reserve have done between Steve Mnuchin and Jay Powell is remarkable. They both may ultimately be nominated for sainthood for the work they did in an incredibly short period of time. I also think the PPP program, to focus on that specifically, was inspired. Almost, I hate to say this, Joe, European in concept, where we had this avalanche of unemployment. Imagine there's fewer jobs in America today than there was at the bottom of the Great Recession. It's almost incomprehensible. So they had many innovative, creative programs to try to deal with unemployment. That was the origination of PPP, where it was basically a grant that said, if you'll keep your payroll the same as it was a year ago, we will give you this grant and it will be forgiven. That's how the program started. We did it for our employees. I mean, I furloughed 7,000 employees. We had people who were making far less than they were the year before. We were, in effect, a pass-through to try to protect paychecks. Well, as can happen with government, after a couple weeks, they changed their mind. And basically, Mnuchin and Treasury said, look, you're above a certain size. Even if you dot all your I's and cross all the T's and give all this money to your employees, we're not going to forgive it. Well, that's a game changer, and you could see many companies rethinking PPP because no one's in a position to be a pass-through for the government. You know, the unemployment lines were as far as the eye could see, so people couldn't get to their unemployment. So I applaud the initial program. Once they turned it back into a small business loan program, and there's no clear path to forgiveness, we withdrew all our applications and returned the money we had received thus far.